There were some people who asked me, why is it that you don't mind giving so much to others? And I said, see, it's not necessarily an agenda that I have. Some people most likely love giving to others because they know sooner or later they can ask things of them and make them feel bad if they don't receive anything. This is one of the traps of narcissistic people, or well, any other people who has certain amount of misery in them and they are still functioning in their life based on reacting to their own misery and whatever they interpret other people's emotions as or actions as, instead of taking some time to think for themselves and what reality might actually be like. See, I don't mind actually helping people. It does make me feel good, yes, because, well, we all do something so that we feel good. But I do not feel obsessed with feeling good by making people feel good as well. See, this is one of narcissistic people's traps because they will ask you, why do you like something? Because they expect you to be obsessed with that and they need the confirmation so that they know how much you like that, how much you are into that, so that they can exploit it, obviously. So when it comes to me liking to give to other people, mainly it is because of a pantheistic aspect, or let's say an innocent aspect of my inner child. I don't mind giving to others because, well, the most important thing is I have observed throughout my years, looking around, that most people don't even know what it means like or what it feels like to be actually happy. They settle down for so little, they just enjoy little crumbs of happiness, let's say, and nothing special happens in their life, and they just feel happy about one or two little things that they allow themselves to do. So giving some emotion to other people, cuddling them a bit, helping them with this and that, even if it takes some of my time, I don't mind doing that, because through that I remind people that there is a better way, a different way of living life than simply retreating constantly in your own shell and living life as if that is the only thing that life can offer you, right? So in the end, it's like, don't you open yourself up to exploiters? Well, I have, and well, we all have to learn our own lessons and become better at observing exploiters. But see, in the end, exploiters always end up on the wrong side, because when you can give with emotion, that is the problem. Because exploiters hide away from their emotions because they can feel, if they allow emotions to exist within them, they can feel the remorse of their actions, of their doings. So the point is, I don't just give to them, I give as a sting, right? Because all my actions are emotion imbued. So it kind of stings, apathic people, because they can feel that there is a certain warmth coming from me. I'm not interested in, being stingy to others. I'm not interested in being poisonous to others. I just offer because of that purity that my inner child has. It is a force that I have kept within. And while I thought that I kept concealed, apparently most of the people around me kind of felt that, but they didn't always tell me, or they reacted to it, and I couldn't comprehend why exactly they act in a certain way or why they react. It's quite weird when you don't know someone, they come to you and then they simply look you in the eyes and they run away, as if they know you have perceived the nothingness within them, the misery they have subjected themselves to. And it's like, one of those weird feelings where they're like, you almost feel a bit like a god, right? I don't have God syndrome and the such, but you kind of feel like that. It's like you're too pure, you're too something, right? Whatever, like they're not worthy necessarily of you. That is, the underlying aspect. Whatever it makes you feel like, well, that's personal interpretation. But, in many situations, people who aren't fully ignorant and who make use of your help constantly, they are the ones who end up on the wrong side when you part ways with them due to whatever reasons. But when you part ways with them, you will find other people to provide for, and they are simply no longer able to receive from you. From a certain standpoint, that is
uh, let's put it, that is a loss for them, not for me. Because in the end, there are a lot of people who can give, but most people who give for a certain reason. They always have a certain agenda behind. They expect something in return or something like that. I don't bother myself with such expectations. I don't mind being helped back sooner or later. But if the person cannot, I'm not going to take it emotionally. If I decide to help someone, it is because I decided to help someone. It is a conscious act that I make, it is a conscious decision, and whatever resources I use, I know they will not return to me, right? Even if the person chooses to give them to me, yes, I don't mind accepting things because I don't have anymore a problem in receiving. Sometimes I won't receive because I know a certain person's energy is quite damaging to me, so I prefer not accepting things because you have to take care of your own energy. When you are of a certain energy in an environment which is much more negative than you, much more drama directed and as such, or oriented, let's say, drama oriented, we all have a bit of drama in our life. Some have more, some have less. But the biggest problem is, well, I don't have too much drama going on in my day nowadays. So therefore, I can simply be calm and, stay assured. Most people don't have much drama anyways, but they invent it, or they simply constantly reinvest in their old traumas, in their old dramas and the such, living life like robots, like impulsive creatures constantly reacting to old hurts. And well, that kind of is a problem because I'm not interested in someone's history repeating, like I'm not interested in a cassette recorder repeating the same cassette each and every time, right? Like back when I was a child, there were, cassette recorders, and you could put cassettes and you could listen, for example, to stories and such. So that was the point. And well, hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. You're appreciated. Take care and well, enjoy life. Take care. Don't let life play you instead. And this being said, Ferenjan Board signing out.